Drew said it's a legacy about me. It really isn't. This is a legacy of Mom and Dad, Celia Flores and Guadalupe Flores. It's a legacy of the immigrant. It's a legacy that started in 1955. It's when Mom and Dad first came to Clovis, or the Clovis area back then. It was at the Bruce Ranch. They were farm labor workers. Mr. Charlie Bruce had a ranch out there, a peach ranch, and he had farm labor housing there, and that's where they started. A very humble beginning in the Clovis area. It is now Clovis, Shepherd, and Mouanoutoua. I was one of the council members that officially made that part of Clovis, but that took many, many years. But Mom was a kind of person, a very ambitious person, and Dad loved her and supported everything she did. She was the smart one, he was the wise one. And within a year or so, they wanted to come to live in Clovis proper. And they bought a little house. It's a very tiny house right in the middle of the block. It is now owned by my niece on the south side. And their family kept growing. And so within 2 years of that, they bought this property here in the corner, 1403 4th Street. And that's where I grew up. I grew up here at, I was about 4 years old when we first came here. It was a larger house than the first one. It had a big yard. All the kids would come over because we could play football, we could do all kinds of things. And Mom continued her leadership role within the immigrant community, the Mexican immigrant community. This place was a wonderful, wonderful place to grow up in. At the city we called it Stanford Edition. We called it something else, and we were proud of calling it that. If you talk to kids who grew up here, they're still proud. We went to Whalen Elementary, then Clark, then Clovis High School, and we were proud to call this place our home. Many, 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 many kids have come out of this neighborhood and succeeded. They're CEOs of places, they're scientists, they do many good things for our community, and they had their humble beginnings in what once was a very humble place. And Mom always thought that she would do more. After leaving here, she started a business in Old Town Clovis. She called it La Posada. La Posada is a Mexican tradition. It's actually a Latin American tradition of hosting people at Christmas time. So it's very appropriate. This is happening at the eve of Christmas. And where families go from house to house and share the Christmas experience. And they sing to and bring honors to the coming of Christ. And she wanted to give more and more to her community. She actually had one of the first Spanish TV shows in this region. She had a little romper room type classroom on the air, TV, channel 53 in the 60s. So that's what inspired me. It's what I stand here today because of the legacy Mom and Dad gave me. They would always tell us that this is the American dream. Where can you go with nothing? They literally came to this country with nothing. At Charlie Bruce, my sister's bassinet was a peach box. And from that, they were able to buy land. They owned this house. They owned the property next door. They owned few properties throughout Clovis. And they would be honored to know that today we're dedicating this to the men and women, the brave men and women who have served our country so valiantly as in our armed forces. So if we remember anyone here today, it's Mom and Dad, Celia and Lupe Flores, and the brave men and women who have fought and dedicated their service to our country. So thank you.